Welcome, everyone, to the show. You're with Ray Smith and Sandra Johnson. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show on KVOI The Voice. We appreciate you spending your time with us today, and we hope you enjoy the show. On the show today, we have Sherri Gillette, who is the owner of Caring Transition. How are you doing today, Sherri?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
We had on the show last week, and we quoted the last portion of the show, and you were talking a lot about your company, Caring Transitions.
Yes.
And I wanted, before we begin, can we tell them a little bit more about, well, let's go and recap what Caring Transition is.
Sure. Caring Transitions is a business that is primarily senior-based. We deal with people in transition, and that happens more with seniors than any other group.
Mm-hmm.
And it is for seniors who need to make a move. They are going to move from their home to something smaller. It can be a bungalow, it can be independent living, it can be assisted living, whatever their situation requires. We go in and spend time with them, helping them work through all the decisions that are required before they make such a major move in their life. So we meet with them, we learn about how they live, where they want to move to.
Uh-huh.
We then help them with a space plan that allows them to take the things that they need the most.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a whole house won't fit into a smaller space. And so we work through that with them, which can be difficult.
Yes, yes.
And then we will, on their schedule, go in and pack them, physically move all those items, and then unpack and resettle them in a new space.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it truly is. You're not talking about just one facet of that move. And I have to say, having been there not only with my own family, but in working with clients, just buying or selling a house is a very emotional and can be a very challenging time for them.
For sure. And honestly, realtors play the largest role. The home plays the largest role in everything that happens. It's why realtors are such an important part of our business, because that is their greatest asset. Now, that said, seniors don't get attached to windows, walls, doors, roofs.
Yes, understood.
They get attached to things. And so we help them with their things. So we talked a little bit about how we help them through that move and set them up in a way that feels comfortable to them, what we would call mirroring, where we set it up so that they're used to reaching left for coffee cups and right for drinking glasses in their kitchen. That's how we'll set it up. We will place all their books back in the same order that they came off of. We will set up their table next to their favorite chair exactly as we found it. We'll set their clothes back in their closet in the exact order they came out. So we take care of that piece, but then obviously there's stuff left after that. And they may not be necessarily concerned about it, but a realtor is almost always going to be, because the home needs to be empty in order to move forward.
Correct.
So
if you've been in that house for 50 years, we're talking about a huge accumulation of items. And I'll tell you, I used to be in the storage industry, and I was always amazed at how many people have so many belongings that they need to store, sometimes not in a small little unit, store the things that don't fit in their house. And so we definitely are accumulators just by nature, I think. And that's
regardless of our age. We have what we have because we love what we have.
Right.
And so after we've gotten them moved and settled, and we're sure that they have everything they want and no more than will fit, and we give that some rest time. It's typically, we'd like to give them 2 to 3 weeks before we go to the next step, which is now, what do you do with everything that's left in the house so that the house can now be sold or transferred?
And this is everything that's after they decide what they're going to take. Right. Now, this is all you can fit into that house.
Yeah.
Now you have all these things left. And There's still another portion that you have to, still have a part of this whole process.
That's right.
You and your company does.
Yeah. So our job is to make sure that every piece of the I can't do this because is handled. And some of the I can't do this because is I don't know what I'm going to do with everything that I can't take.
Right.
And so we take care of that too. So we can store it if that's what they wish. We can ship it to their children who typically do not want it. We can donate it. If they wish to have it donated, we can sell it. Or we can do all of those things. We can donate some, we can sell some, we can ship stuff, we can store stuff. But our goal is to take that piece of the process, which is overwhelming to many seniors, and handle it so that when we are done, the home is empty, we've swept it, mopped it, vacuumed and wiped it down, so that they don't have to worry about that piece.
How do you guys handle I'm sure each person is different, but how do you handle the emotional attachment that they have to these items in the home?
It's not an easy process. For some people, it's very straightforward and they've made these decisions, but for the most part, we're working them through it.
Right.
And we find it's different, and I hate to talk about gender because it's, we shouldn't say anything is gender related. However, most ladies are attached to dining room tables, china and china cabinets. And it's because so many good memories of family are made with those pieces of furniture. They remember every family meal. That said, this is an informal market. These are things that don't match the emotional value.
Okay.
So the literal value is nowhere close to the emotional value. So we talk to them about that, some of what we face when making these decisions is that there are economics involved in supply and demand. Every person that is their age, and anybody who is 65 or older has a china cabinet and a dining room table. Some of us have them even though we're younger than that. I'm not much younger, but but they have. So if the market for the items is a younger market, because most people that are our age or older are divesting themselves of things, so they're not buying. Now you're talking to first-time homeowners or people who are trying to furnish their home locally. They're here half the time, and they skew a little younger, and they're not looking for those sorts of things. So we walk them through just the basics,
the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, and they don't really, it's different than if an adult child of a senior we are working with tries to have.
We're going to just pause right there. We're heading to the break. So you are listening to the I Am Real Estate Show, and we will be right back with you.